All right, welcome everyone. We're here to cast Division B West playoffs match between Bronze6 and sOaK eVeRy tonight, and I have Salvaje Gaming joining me here. How are you doing, Salvaje? Let me guess, I'm muted for her. How you doing, Salvaje? We're live. I'm sorry, I was muted for you. Surprise!
Hi! It is I, Salvaje. I'm good. I'm hanging out. I'm excited to be co-casting again. Ooh. And two big teams tonight.
I'm excited to have you back. And yeah, I'm really excited to watch these teams battle it out. Last night I got to cast the B West game between Uwu and Cosmos. Now we're going to be casting another B West game here tonight, Bronze6 versus sOaK eVeRy. I actually have those brackets set up if you guys want to take a look at this real quick before we get into the game. We are still waiting on one of the members to get in here. Hopefully he can make it in before that time cutoff. Otherwise they might have to forfeit their first match according to the rules, and I don't want to have that happen again. Let's take a look at this tournament bracket really quickly, and we'll just kind of give you guys a little bit of a visual on how this is going to go. So last night, you can see Uwu versus Cosmos here. Uwu did win that one, so they're going to be playing the winners of Lurk Patrol versus Phoenix Rising Emerald. That game, I don't know that it's been played yet, but whoever does come out on top is going to be facing Uwu in the semifinals. Over on the right-hand side of the bracket here, we see Bronze6 taking on sOaK eVeRy in this game. The winner of this match will be taking on Better Than Bots or Spooky Ghost, whoever wins that matchup there in the semifinals. So yeah, that's just a little look at the bracket for those curious about how these playoff semifinals are looking to shape up here, especially in that B West division. And then let's also take a look at those map selections, because we had those play out already tonight as well. So we'll pop over here. We did have Bronze6 going with first pick here, giving map pick over to sOaK eVeRy. And those map bans that came out tonight, Infernal Shrines and Hanamura banned out by Bronze6. On the side of sOaK eVeRy, they opted to get rid of Brax's Holdout and Volskaya Foundry, and they are taking us to Alterac Pass for our first game of the evening. What's your thoughts on Alterac?
Big map, needs lots of macro. Abathur is a disgusting champ on this map. And personally, for Stormly Climb, I spam Ragnaros on this map. Of lava wave. Really, if you can get that macro down, it really gives you a head start in being able to get these lanes pushing while you're trying to cap objectives, since the objective is usually a longer one to cap. You usually have a fight for a long period of time before one side gets the other.
Yeah, maybe a lava wave Ragnaros will help them sOaK eVeRy.
I like it. I mean, I'm down for it. I always root for the lava wave Ragnaros.
We were in a funny little story for you guys. We were in the Coin Toss channel, and it came Bronze6's turn to ban a second map, and they're like, I don't know, Jazzy, what map do you not like to cast? And I was like, Hanamura. And they're like, okay, we ban Hanamura. Like, you guys are leaving it to whatever map I don't feel like casting tonight in the playoffs? Like, all right. Bronze6
likes to have a good time.
Yeah, they do seem like a bunch of goofballs running their meme and cheese comps all over the place so far this season. So I am excited to see what they bring out for this match, because this match matters. If they lose this, that's it. They're out. So I believe that's how it works. I don't think there's a losers bracket.
Because they wouldn't be able to get enough points even if they win the next one.
Well, we're into playoffs in the bracket seeds now, so you know, if you lose, then you don't move on to the next bracket. So I think you're just out. But
like, lose the series or lose one game?
Oh no, lose the series.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like, oh, they lose this game, that's it, they're done. And I'm like, oh my god, that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it is getting close to that start time for the game here. I think teams are given 10 minutes, but I don't know the rules off the top of my head. Don't listen to me.
Who are they waiting for?
We're waiting for the 5th member of Bronze6 to show up here.
Okay. Hopefully they do. I really want to be able to cast hopefully 3 games tonight. I love whenever the reverse sweep happens or anything like that goes on. Oh. Wait.
Okay.
Wait, I think that's my friend. I think they joined off of me.
Oops. Yeah, they're gonna have to be removed from the lobby.
Let me just let them know. Casting NGS, you dweeb.
Well, we'll just pop back on over to our caster screen here while we wait for these teams to figure out what's happening.
Who's the throw cat out? Okay, he left. All right, perfect.
So Jazzalene Salvaje is a great co-caster. She shows up on time, unlike me.
Well, it helps on Eastern Standard Time. So her 8 p.m. is 11 for me. So I have nothing
Well,
else
so is
I'm
he.
doing.
So is he, though.
It's 11 o'clock at night. What are you doing?
No, last night I think he was confused at the game start time, and he's like just showed up, you know, a couple minutes late. We're all waiting on him.
Oh, the whole game this week. That's funny. Yeah, I'm from the north. Punctuality is like the only thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not there 15 minutes early, you're late.
Yeah, I grew up in a family where, like, relying on my parents when I was younger to get around everywhere. My mom was constantly late all the time, and it drove me nuts. Like, you want a good way to mess with your anxiety is always showing up late to everything, like in important things. Like, I can't all the time. So I totally understand wanting to be in time, and I really try to manage my time properly because of that.
Yeah, for sure. So it looks like it is 15 minutes for when they have the amount of time before it forfeits the game to the other team. So we're at that. Just 5 minutes left for their player to get on in here or sub.
Does look like they are getting a sub over on Bronze6 tonight.
Okay, good. At least they get to play, though. That's the exciting part. At least they get to play.
Yeah. So I guess their player is in Peru. So there's some stuff going on over there, maybe affecting the internet.
Oh, wow. Is that Juji?
No. CRT.
CRT, wow, they just got players all over the globe, huh?
Yeah.
Outside of Bronze6.
Yeah. I don't know that Juji is actually in South Korea yet. There's been a lot of holdups on getting over there. So he might still be playing from California right now.
Okay. That's to say, my God. Everyone's got a different ping. Outright pass. What heroes do you usually like to see on this map?
You know, anything that's good, maybe like a Junkrat. I'm gonna say Junkrat.
Junkrat?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they play a lot of little cheesy stuff like that.
Because Junkrat is really good at zoning out away from these objective points where you need to get the channel, and he also has the range to interrupt multiple times the channel on objective from safe spots like behind his gate and everything. So Junkrat's always a nice pickup. So same with like something like a Chromie, but I think Junkrat is just, I like him better.
Yeah, Chromie has to use abilities that have a longer cooldown where Junkrat can just spam his Q faster than Chromie.
You can also do like an orb build Ming and have the cooldown on your orb reset by hitting people on the point, but she also has to deal with if you're fighting around objective, there is going to be those minions around objective to eat some of your damage from a Ming as well. So you got to keep that in mind.
Yeah, and Junkrat's able to get into the fight more quickly than Ming. So if Ming's poking, she has to run around one side or the other, where Junkrat can just bomb himself over the wall and be with his team instantly.
Yeah. Now I know that Bronze6 has ran some Stitches Medivh combos before, so that might be something to look out for here, because if you go in, portal over your wall into those objective areas, gorge someone and bring them back into your fort, that's a play that we could see them make tonight.
Absolutely. And that was the last game I actually casted with you for Bronze6.
Oh, there you go. So you're familiar.
Yeah. It was the Medivh Stitches, I want to say on BOE, into a Garrosh who just like yeeted them away.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. Now that I'm thinking about it, that's right. We do have that sub coming in now for Bronze6, so it looks like they're ready to get into this game. I'm going to let them know that we are ready when they are.
Ooh, 2 minutes to spare. Not even close, baby.
Hopefully everything's good with CRT. Maybe they can get them in later tonight. Danny's saying... Yeah, Danny's saying that he thinks CRT might be part of some government communication shutdown because I guess there's protests and stuff happening over there right now. So hopefully he's safe and everything's going well for CRT. We'll miss him tonight, but we are ready to get into game number 1 on Alterac Pass in just a moment here.
Let's do it.
Now, Bronze6 I've had the opportunity to cast several times. sOaK eVeRy LaNe, I think I maybe only have casted one of their games. And it's way back at the beginning of the season here. So that game that I did have the opportunity to cast, they were playing ETC, Deckard, Sylvanas, LaNe. Went to 3 games. It does seem that they liked their Deckards.
Gotta get that Deckard. And we do see Genji being banned by sOaK eVeRy LaNe, and then that Ragnaros being banned from Bronze6. Don't want to deal with the lava wave. No thanks. The Genji ban is interesting. Do they have a god tier Genji player on Bronze6?
Yeah, there is a Genji main on Bronze6's team. I'm not sure if it's... I think it might be Kira, but there's a chance that it's CRT and they might just be wasting bans. But I think it actually is one of the people that are playing tonight, and I think it's Kira.
Okay. Then followed up with the Junkrat ban, just like you said. He's very, very good at poking down the objective, just being annoying overall. A lot of zone control. And
I think
then
they're just listening to me tonight and banning the things I
yeah.
think. We'll ban that map because Jazzy thinks it's a bad one.
We'll ban that hero. Jazzy thinks it's strong. No thanks.
That is going to be the Gazlo getting picked up here as the first pick for Bronze6 tonight. Followed up by Brightwing getting locked in by sOaK eVeRy LaNe, as well as the Sylvanas. We've seen sOaK eVeRy LaNe play Sylvanas a couple times in their past games here, so I'm not too surprised with that pickup.
Yeah, with a name like sOaK eVeRy LaNe, I'm sure they have their macro down pat. They know exactly what to do, where to be, where to go to make sure that every lane is being soaked.
You would think so, yeah.
I hope so. They named themselves that. Let's see it.
Anytime you're ready.
Do you see Chromie and Raynor being picked up here? Lots of slows. I don't know if Raynor's gonna go exterminate, but I know with Chromie, Ace in the Hole gets so much value if she decides to go slowing sands.
I have not seen a Chromie or a Raynor take Ace in the Hole in a very long time. We were kind of discussing this last night and had some people I was playing with the other day kind of say that, you know, the amount of extra damage that you really get out of Raynor is kind of negligible to the amount of, you know, wave clear and camp clear that taking Exterminator provides for Raynor. But keep in mind, this map, you know, only has those camps in the mid and a boss in the top and bottom lane, so not really a big map for camps, but regardless, we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. They do have a lot of camp clear with the Gazlo as well, so I've been dabbling with Ace in the Hole again on particular maps, and Alterac has been one of them because we fight so often. I'm like, man, I feel like I could really get a lot of value out of this if I have someone else to take camps instead, or take camps with me. So I'm excited to see what they end up doing.
I
Ooh.
hear the voice of Elune.
Pop the top. That's what this is.
Whew. They are looking pretty squishy over on the side of Bronze6 tonight. I will say that. And going into an Imperious and Mal'Ganis is... I'm a little scared for them. I know what they're going for here. You taunt with a Tyrande stun follow-up, reduce some armor, and get some damage dumped out by the Chromie Raynor, and it could work out. But it's scary. I'm not a fan of main tank variant. I've said this before. I really do not like running main tank variant. Your whole, you know, teams engage and play really counts on you being able to lock down a target with that taunt and get the pick. Because past that, he doesn't really have great CC to peel for his team. He has a slow on his Q and his taunt. That's kind of it. Not really too much hard CC outside of that taunt to really help peel for his team. And he himself is not the beefiest of tanks in the game.
No, I'm really scared of this Imperius and Mal'Ganis just running it down onto the back line, just running past Varian and Jazzalene saying, whatever, we don't really care. We're just going to go into your back lane and wreak havoc. With Sylvanas and Tassadar following up, the real taunt targets here, you don't really kill an Imperius or Mal'Ganis fast enough with what they're showing on the side of Bronze6. So they have to go for Brightwing, Tassadar, or Sylvanas, which is, again, trying to get through Imperius and Mal'Ganis.
Even trying to get through Brightwing, because, you know, a lot of variants follow up their taunt with a charge in, and it's really easy to read, and you can just polymorph before he gets that taunt off. But here we are, game number 1 of this best of 3 series for the playoffs between Bronze6 and sOaK Every Lane. Bronze6 currently in second place in B West Division seeding, so it has a little bit of an upper hand, more wins under their belt than sOaK Every Lane, but that doesn't mean sOaK Every Lane can't make a comeback here and make it to the semifinals. On the left-hand side, we have Bronze6 with Danny on the Varian, Juji on Gazlo, Kira playing the Chromie, Ferret on Tyrande, and Hit the J subbing in for CRT on the Raynor.
And on the side of sOaK Every Lane, we have Kid on Imperius, Philip K on Mal'Ganis, Damn 13 on Sylvanas, Doubles on Tassadar, and I gotta say FOK spam on Brightwing. I can't say his name.
Do you have Core in chat saying that they got destroyed by Bronze6 running this comp? So if this is a comp that Bronze6 is used to practicing, there's a chance that it works out for them here. But again, it's one of those things that if your team is very well coordinated to get that pick off of the taunt, absolutely, it can work. It just really comes down to whether you have the communication and coordination to get those picks off of the taunt.
Sure, and now I'm thinking about it, Varian does have that shield breaker as well, which can destroy Imperius. He can get rid of that shield almost instantly on Imperius, and Imperius, you know, if he doesn't get the proper Z from Brightwing, he's pretty squishy.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how this plays out, because I do think there is some tools in sOaK Every Lane's kit that they can help these targets survive these taunts with that phase shift from Brightwing, the spell armor from Brightwing. There's a possibility that they manage to survive these taunt combos. So at the same time, I've seen Bronze6's coordination. We've seen them run things like that. Like I was saying, that Stitches Medivh combo, like all this thing takes really good communication and coordination from the team to pull off. So this might just be, you know, easy mode for them to just play such a, okay, we're just going to burst this one target down and go.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm excited to see, especially with the D on Tyrande, can make any target pretty squishy.
Sleep going out
to a tiny bit of an engage onto Varian. Stun disc get followed up by Mal'Ganis. He takes a lot of damage, gonna go ahead and tap here, so he's not gonna have that tap for objective. We do see a follow-up with Tyrande stun landing onto Philip K, but he does take a little bit of damage here. It does end up walking out, and they're just fighting it middle. They do have both camps picked up, with the side of Bronze6's camp falling down sooner.
And we now have those level 4s hit. Varian is talenting into taunt here as expected. In terms of other quests here, Chromie going the Dragon Breath. We have a taunt coming out onto Mal'Ganis here. He is going to look to retreat. Manages to survive for now. Back to those questing talents at level 1. We do have Tyrande going Lunar Blaze, so looking to get that 20 stacks on the Lunar Flare, as well as Chromie talenting into the Dragon's Breath Deep Breathing quest at level 1.
That Chromie's gonna be doing some big damage around the mid game. It doesn't even have to be late game. As long as she gets this quest as soon as possible, she's gonna be throwing out that damage heavy.
And then, of course, we have Tassadar talenting into his quest at level 1 as well. That's a pretty typical pickup talent for Tassadar.
And we do see a slight engage going down onto the Mal'Ganis. He does end up fucking out of that. Dubal's getting healed up by that phase shift from Brightwing. And Sylvanas, yeah, grabbing their camp again with Raynor and Tyrande grabbing theirs as well. And Raynor did end up talenting into Exterminator, so they're going to be shredding these camps really fast.
And that is that camp getting picked up right now. That objective spawning in the bottom here, just waiting to see who's going to be the first one to channel. It does look like Bronze6 is making the rotation here. Danny starting the channel on that objective, and Owl goes out, just misses the Mal'Ganis, but he's still not able to come and interrupt that. So here's the channel starting now for Bronze6, and there's the taunt stun combo from Tyrande, but not quite enough damage to take down that Mal'Ganis quite yet. Chromie able, Chromie there and able to just catch him as he's trying to rotate through that slowing mud there. Mal'Ganis does fall.
That mud is deadly. It's really helpful for things like Chromie. And you can see Chromie with these time traps. Just they are completely set up, having a hard time coming in. And Tassadar was top during that fight, so that was a 4v5 when they went into it.
Something I never thought about before, but Raynor's ace in the hole here with those slows through those like muddy bushes. I didn't even think that about that synergy on this map.
Yep. Really good on this map. I've been talenting it onto this map and been having a lot of success.
All right, it does look like they're gonna make a play to push down this top fort here. I always like going for a boss lane on this map, but you know, mid is not a bad idea either because you get to kind of get that wall down. They're not quite able to poke down the objective from behind safety if you can manage to run mid down as well.
They did have a taunt go onto the Tassadar. He got very low with the sleep landing onto eVeRy, and he does end up walking away. They're just trying to push down this top. Like you said, they want to get this boss lane as weak as possible, as early as possible, so they can get ready for those boss calls in the middle, late game.
All right, meanwhile, down in the bottom lane, Gazlo trying to get a little bit of value down there. Looks like he might get a little bit of this wall, but that's about it off that first objective.
Gazlo's such a powerhouse when it comes to just laning 1v1 against him. It's really hard to push into him or try to land a gank on him. He just always has the entire lane under his control.
We do have sOaK every lane picking up their siege camp right now. Bronze6 working on theirs over here. But we're just kind of back to that soaking phase. Both teams looking to get those level 10s. Chromie, as she gets hers a little bit early, already talented into slowing sands here. For those of you wondering.
You know, Sleep does end up falling down onto the Chromie stun, falling right back over from Tyrande, landing on the Mal'Ganis. With Juji coming in just to try to clear this lane as fast as possible. Time stop landing onto the Imperius, and we do see 3 members of the side of Bronze6 just throwing that damage. Phase shift coming in to top off the Imperius, give him full health and a shield.
Level 10's online now for sOaK every lane. We see Angelic Armaments getting picked up by the Imperius. It's going to be Carrying On Swarm from the Mal'Ganis, Wailing Arrow from Sylvanas, Black Hole getting picked up by Tassadar, and Blink Heal from the Brightwing. Level 10's now online for Bronze6 as well. And here's a stun going out onto the Chromie. Gravel Bomb being used to kind of peel for her here, as well as the Falling Stars being popped, and Hyperion off from Bronze6. That's a lot of ults down now.
That's a lot of big ults. Long timers on these ults going into this next objective.
And for nothing, they didn't manage to get a pick here. They did manage to save Chromie, but I don't know that some of those ults were worth it here.
Yeah, hopefully they can be able to stall out big damage falling onto the Mal'Ganis from Chromie. We do see that Chromie damage is very powerful. Stun heading out onto the Gazlo, just misses slowing sands, landing onto the Tassadar, some damage being put out onto him, but Brightwing able to heal that up just fine.
Chromie is still looking to finish out that level 1 quest. Currently sitting at 11 stacks right now. She needs to get to 20, I believe it is, to finish that out. We do have those camps back up and available now. sOaK every lane going to be capping theirs. Looks like Raynor making the rotation to start up Bronze6's as well.
We do see Gazlo pushing in top. Bottom is also being pushed down in favor of Bronze6 as well. We do see Mal'Ganis just zoning off the variant with Kira getting ready to stall this objective forever. She does have her Qs and her Ws to just stall this for as long as possible. Stun landing down onto the Brightwing. Brightwing taking a lot of damage with Owl following up onto that. And now Bronze6 is going to push in here. Got an E, hit onto the Tassadar. I thought a taunt was going to happen there, but he ended up holding it. With Juji positioning, getting ready. We have these ults back up online for Bronze6, so they definitely can go into this fight with even ults ready to go.
Chromie is in a little bit of awkward position here because she is split off from the rest of her team, so she does need to be a bit careful. And she's also running low on some mana. We have the taunt coming out onto Mal'Ganis. She's going to be able to back out here, and the return damage being dumped out by sOaK. Fortunately for Bronze6, they're able to heal up through that pretty quickly and are ready for the re-engage once again.
We did have arrow from Sylvanas thrown out there as well, so that's going to be down for this next engage, where Bronze6 still has all of their bigger ults besides Hyperion up and ready to go. Oh, we see an aggressive spear heading out, just misses Juji, and they do end up disengaging from that. Kira setting up all of her time traps. They do end up getting spotted. Mal'Ganis trying to go in for the sleep.
Chromie looking to Chromie just a little bit late on the interrupt there. Tyrande dipped down bottom to get a little bit soak. It does look like they're maybe going to look to pick up level 13s before engaging here, as they're getting pretty close to having that. Tyrande soaking mid, Gazlo in the top, but that leaves the rest of the members maybe in a little bit of a sticky situation here, as Raynor does get stunned by the Imperious and gets picked off. And now Varian looking like he might be in a bit of trouble. Needs to make sure he dodges this next Q. Whew.
Oh, enough damage, but Kira actually, and oh my god, Brightwing's so low, but she does end up walking away. Kira actually capped it behind sOaK lane, so she recapped their objective to at least stall it for as long as it can. So now she can just continue stalling until their teammate Raynor comes back and he's up, respawn, ready to go.
And they have
go ahead and go for 5v5.
They have a lot of tools in their kit to stall this out. And look at that damage coming out. Varian going in, trying to get that taunt off, but unfortunately polymorphed. Did not manage to find the pick. Q goes out onto the Varian. Imperious looking to get that pick onto him, but it's not working out here. The rest of his members look like they need to back up, get some health and mana, meaning that Bronze6 maybe has an opportunity here to start the channel onto this objective. Danny
is a Chromie god. Danny coming in, he is going to taunt the Brightwing with follow from the stun, and Raynor damage does end up taking down the Brightwing with the Gazlo falling onto Kid, pulls him in. They are going to go ahead and try to chase that down. Owl slowing him down, making him a little itty-bitty Imperious. With them landing all that damage onto Doubles, and he does end up falling to the Chromie auto, with Mal'Ganis trying to peel off, but he does go in a little bit too far, gets taunted by Varian with a Kira Q throwing that. Oh my god, that fight was amazingly played by the side of Bronze6.
It's, you know, I feel bad for sOaK between the Tyrande and the Chromie's poke. They just have so much stall on these objectives to stop them from channeling, and they're getting so chunked down just trying to channel the objective even after they've maybe got a pick or two.
Yeah, because not only does it poke them and stop the channel, it's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
It's a very hard poke. And they do see that they're trying to, that sOaK LaNe is trying to get their siege camp. They are going to invade it here, interrupt this. They do have the objective pushing in favor of Bronze6. So we're going to see if maybe a fight comes out. Looks like both sides are going to disengage and get ready to push in this top lane.
Imperious has opted to go bottom, is going to clean out that lane. But 4 members of Bronze6 in this top lane right now. Make that 5. Chromie here to join the push as Gazlo splits off to go look at other lanes here. But this is going to be the top fort falling. The question is, are they going to get more than the top fort off this objective? Gazlo gone mid now. Needs to be a bit careful. He is there 1v4. If they just decide to dive him here, could be a little bit of a scary situation for him. But this objective in the top lane, still very, very healthy as they push on to this top keep.
We're going to see sOaK lane responding to the top keep. They do need to try their best to defend this. We do see a taunt coming out onto the Mal'Ganis. Mal'Ganis is able to get healed up pretty quickly, throwing the sleep back down onto Danny and Tyrande and Raynor. Looks like we are going to get the ult out from Mal'Ganis, with Brightwing, Sylvanas, and Tessa are just trying to follow up onto this damage. Varian getting very, very low. Black Hole does end up coming out, landing on Varian, Raynor, and Tyrande. Varian and Mal'Ganis getting time stopped by the Chromie. Raynor does end up falling to the Mal'Ganis, to the Sylvanas, with Danny walking out with very, very little health.
Yeah, so this is what I'm kind of saying about these Varian comps, is you end up in situations like that. He really doesn't provide much peel for your team to retreat out of overextending and those kind of pushes. That's going to mean we might see a boss play coming out here with the death down on the side of Bronze6, but we'll just have to see what happens because they're not really posturing for it like I thought they would.
Yeah, they really need to try to go for a play here now that Raynor is dead and down. Their keep did end up falling. We do see Mal'Ganis try to get a stun there on Juji, but Juji does end up walking away.
He did have to use his Gladiator's medallion to avoid that there, so that's going to be down for the next 5 minutes of the game.
The keep did end up falling for sOaK eVeRy, so it was a Raynor death for a keep, which in my
yeah, no, I think it was a good trade. It just I'm just pointing out that this is one of the reasons I don't like variant comps is you kind of have no disengage on your tank. There's nothing really to peel for your team if you end up in situations like that.
Yeah, he basically says, "Good luck, Raynor," high fives him and walks away. And we do see some aggressive posturing from sOaK eVeRy. They are looking for another fight. They're even Talonteers. However, the lane top is got a kata in it. It's got a big wave from Bronze6. 2 catapults, or whatever those giant minions are called. So they do have some heavy pressure top that does need to be answered eventually.
Now, the nice thing about this map is the core does regen. So even if it does take a little bit of damage from those minions, it clears the minions pretty quickly, and it also gets its health back up pretty quickly as well. So it's not as big of a threat as on other maps where those minions and catapults are going to do permanent damage to your core.
Yeah, absolutely. Love cores that can take... Oh, we do have a taunt coming out onto Mal'Ganis, followed up by the Chromie damage. Mal'Ganis popping his ult to try to heal up from that. We have 2 characters still stuck here. A spear coming out from the Imperius onto Tyrande. She does take some heavy damage with arrow following up from the Sylvanas. Black hole landing on 3 members of the team, but it doesn't matter because Jazzalene landed his ult and stuns onto the Imperius, Brightwing, and Mal'Ganis, with Sylvanas finally falling to Raynor. The Gazlo re-engaged there. The counter engage was phenomenal from Juji.
That grab bomb was a play of the game there if I've ever seen one, for sure. So well played by the Gazlo. It does look like they're going to do the boss call here, leave Gazlo to finish channeling that objective. And this game starting to really swing in Bronze6's favor off that play, because they are going to hit those level 20s first, well and far ahead of sOaK eVeRy.
Yeah, the fight was really looking to the side of sOaK eVeRy, but however, there was 2 members of sOaK eVeRy stuck in those slowing sands when Imperius queued in. So even though they wanted to follow up so bad, it didn't matter because they were just way too slow, and the Gravel Bomb was able to pull them in even further.
Gravel Bomb is up again right here if they want to go for a re-engage, but it does look like they're just going to do the double boss play and then maybe consider going back down for this objective.
For sure. The double boss, sOaK eVeRy has to answer it to it. They know that boss can get their core very low, possibly kill it even. So it's kind of a tough call here what you want to do. Either defend the boss and clear it and just eat the objective, or go for a quick pick on Bronze6 and then clear the boss.
Alright, that's Varian going in here, but the sleep coming out from Mal'Ganis, catching quite a few members of Bronze6. Black Hole being used by Tassadar, catching some members as well, but the Hyperion and Starfall being cast by Raynor and Tyrande. They managed to get 3 picks there. Tassadar, Brightwing, and Sylvanas falling, followed up by the Mal'Ganis, and that is a 4-0 in favor of Bronze6. The objective getting capped and secured now with a boss on core. This seems like it might be game.
Those gravel bombs, oh, they just help so much in disengaging the Imperius and Mal'Ganis engage. They just work so well.
We do see the core starting to fall here. That boss still on core. The rest of the team now pushing in towards it to finish it off. About 8,000 health left and going down. They managed to get that Imperius pick before finishing off the game, but this will be game number 1 going over to Bronze6 in this best-of-3 playoff series. GG's and well played.
GG for sure. The Chromie and the Gazlo were definitely some of the MVPs of this game. Like the Chromie being able to interrupt those objectives every single time, and not only interrupt them but chunk them so low because she got her stacks so quickly. Just really great plays from the side of Bronze6.
Yeah, pretty clean game as well. 14-2 in kills here. Raynor the only one falling a couple times, and that's pretty decent, especially considering Raynor is their sub tonight. So no problems there. Look at that Gazlo. Look at just all across the board. Top damage, top siege, top XP soaked. The grab bomb plays were on point. Well played.
That's why they call him the Gaz Lord. It's like you need to ban that character out of every game and get him out. He's so strong right now. Even with the slight nerfs, he's very, very dominating.
Now, let's take a look at these talents and stuff. Anything sticking out that you want to mention before we move on?
I did leave the game, so I'm waiting for your stream to update
Oh.
to look at the talents. Because I'm usually late to join the lobby. I wanted to see if Varian ended up going Shield Breaker. It hasn't updated on the stream yet. Did he go Shield Breaker?
He took Mortal Strike at 13.
And then
That's the reduced healing.
The reduced healing.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic because almost every time he went onto a target, Brightwing insta-Z'd them.
Yeah.
And just completely cut that healing in half. That really, really awesome plays. And I do see the Chromie's build looks completely normal. The Rainor's build looks like mine. Yes. Usually you see Paint Them Red on 16. He did opt for the D talents, going through all these abilities here. Yeah. That's it. Everything else looks pretty standard. The Brightwing 4 is a little different. Usually people opt for the polymorph, the extra slow duration on that one, and the extra range.
See, I bounce back and forth. Sometimes I go with the polymorph, sometimes I take the arcane flare there. But other than that, this build looks pretty standard for what I usually build her. I've been playing her a little bit this season. Just a little.
Yeah, you're hopping on the Brightwing train. Jazzy said, I want some easy wins. They do have the lobby up too. I'm joining it now.
All right, well, let's jump into this next lobby here. We'll get that map selections updated for you guys so you know what's happening here. But game number 1, over to the side of Bronze6. Looking to get into game number 2 here. If they can manage to secure another win here, that'll be their position secured for the semifinals of B West here. Let's take a look at these map selections really quick once I update it because I'm slow.
Spider Bats. We are on Tomb of Spider Queen. Fun.
All right, we'll pop over those map selections right now. So, as Salvaje just mentioned, we are going to Tomb of the Spider Queen for game number 2 here. It does look like sOaK eVeRy has opted to go with first pick after losing the game number 1, giving map pick over to the side of Bronze6. If you're curious about those map bans, we did have Infernal Shrines and Hanamura Temple banned out by Bronze6 tonight. Braxis Holdout and Volskaya Foundry banned out by sOaK eVeRy. Game number 1, if you missed it, was played on in Alterac Pass. The win grabbed by Bronze6 here. Looking to get into game number 2. Does seem like Captain needs a quick bio break before we get into this game number 2, so we're not quite ready, but teams are in the lobby, and once he's back, we will be jumping into this. Tomb, what's your thoughts on Tomb? I like this one, personally.
So, Tomb is the map to run whatever cheese you want to run. It's a small map, the lanes are all close, there's no real like macro you have to worry about where you have to draft a certain way. You can kind of draft however you want on Tomb of the Spider Queen, and it may work out.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a game like last night. If you guys missed the Uwu versus Cosmos games, you are doing yourself a disservice. You need to go back and watch those. I haven't posted the VOD yet on YouTube, but you can find it in my Twitch VODs, because the games on Tomb of the Spider Queen and Towers of Doom were so incredibly close. It was almost a 30-minute game on Spider Queen, and it was so back and forth and incredible to watch. Like it came down.
30-minute game?
Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil. I don't want to spoil anything, but the games were really close. Game number 2 and 3, just you need to watch it. I don't want to spoil it, but you need to watch it, okay?
Okay.
Especially if you have any interest in Division B West, like that is one of the best series I've casted for B West this season, and I've casted a lot of B West games. So I'm hoping we get another game like that because it was very exciting.
Chat, we're all gonna have a watch party for Jazzy's VOD. Let's do it.
I'm gonna let them know that we are ready when they are. And it looks like we are about to get into game number 2. The Bex is saying, look at those stockings. I'm so jealous. Yeah, look at. You can't see it all, but I've completely decorated my entire fireplace. Isn't it cute?
That's so cute. I love it. I have a rule that I do wait after Thanksgiving to decorate. So once Black Friday hits.
But I'm Canadian, so Thanksgiving is in October.
True. Yeah, I always wait on Black Fridays when the day after Black Friday because I usually work like 12-hour shifts because I work retail on Black Friday.
Yeah, fair enough.
But
I'm sure too, working retail, that you're like over the Christmas cheer thing pretty quickly with the music and everything.
Already done. They've already started playing it in my store.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, cool.
All right. It does look like we're going to be getting into game number 2 here on Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Dax says he's down for the watch party.
Oh yeah, let's do it, Dax.
I'm sticking with that Genji ban here on the side of sOaK Lane.
Instantly, too. They didn't waste any time with that ban. They said, get it out of here. No thanks.
Hastaga says, I like your room, Jazzy. It looks so comfortable. Thank you. This is
It does look like a cozy room.
This room that I'm in is the only room that I spent a lot of time trying to, like, really get the layout and decorations on my mantle and everything really nicely to be cozy and stuff. And especially once you get the Christmas decorations up, it really, really is cozy.
I love Christmas decorations. I can't wait.
It's going to be the Joanna band coming out from Bronze6 here. And Gazlo, they don't want to see that after game number 1. Banned from sOaK banned out by sOaK Lane.
Good choice. Good choice.
What is this last band going to be from Bronze6?
Might be a rag band again. No, Diva! Diva's still pretty strong, especially on these bigger maps. Brightwing being picked up for first pick on the side of sOaK Lane. Really prioritizing that really, really strong healer at the moment.
sOaK Lane needs to stop them from running the same comp, Cora says in chat. Just as scary on Tomb.
Oh, the variant comp?
Yeah, I think getting rid of that Gazlo is definitely going to help sOaK Lane because the gravel bombs were just so oppressive in game number 1. We are going to see Uther getting picked up by Ferret. This is one of those comfort picks from Ferret here, as well as the Chromie, once again being played by Kira.
Very early pick for Uther, in my opinion. I know you just said that he's very comfortable on him. But Lunara, very heavy counter into that, and I was hoping to see that possibly picked up here because Lunara does have Spell Shield at 13 for the Chromie and is able to get rid of her loop if she decides to do that, or get out of Sans with the single leaping strike. But we do see Imperius and ETC being picked up instead. Very, very heavy front line once again. But we saw how that got punished with the Chromie damage. She doesn't really care if you're frontline or not. She just cares if you're standing in her W. Her Dragon's Breath.
We're going to see that third band now coming out from Bronze6. And it is going to be, drum roll, that Rainer being banned out.
Jimmy Rainer.
I love that they're banning things that their team plays.
Yeah.
Juji plays Diva. We just saw Hit the J play the Rainer.
Yeah, they don't want their team to pick them. I'm really surprised they let the Chromie through. I am very surprised they...
Maybe they banned Varian here to avoid the taunt blow-up damage from Chromie. They're worried about it, but nope. It's going to be the Tychus, meaning if they want to run a similar comp, you know, there is some things... that are going to work here for them, but I don't know.
They do run a similar comp. sOaK Lane might have maybe a double healer situation ready to go, maybe a Rhaegar cleanse, even a Lily cleanse if they decide to do it, depending on the picks.
Do you
from
think
the
this
side
is
of
going to be a main tank
Bronze6.
Uther?
I mean, picking it, no.
Alright,
Okay.
there we go.
No, it's not. We have Garrosh and Sylvanas, so they are not opting for that Varian comp. But what I do see happening is that throw, the Uther stun, followed up by the Chromie and Sylvanas damage. Oh, no, no, no. That whoever that is, they're going to pop.
Now, what would you be looking to pick up knowing that Uther is the main healer for Bronze6 here?
I would have picked up Lunara. They opted to pick up Cassie and Tassadar. Uther's really, his heals are very, very strong if you don't have that sustain, and they don't really have sustained damage. Cassie is a pokey hero that goes in with the E and her lightning damage, and Tassadar is a burst hero. He puts down his W, he hits his Qs, and he bursts them down. They're all very bursty, which Uther is strong against.
All right, that is going to be the last pick there for Bronze6, taking Leoric. Meaning we're going to see an Imperious Leoric match off in the off lane here.
Leoric into Imperious. Leo wins that, I'm pretty sure.
And Imperious' wave clear a little bit lacking in comparison to some other bruisers.
Yeah, Leoric's definitely going to have...
I think it can come down to a matchup of skill, though. If Leoric can't manage to land his drain hope, drain life, or drain hope. One's cooldown and one's Leoric. If he can't land that, then Imperious wins it easy. But I mean, you have your slow on your Q to really make sure that it's easy targets to hit. But it's definitely something to watch here to see how that matchup goes. All right, game number 2 of this best of 3 series now between Bronze6 and sOaK every lane. Bronze6 up 1 game in the series. If they can grab the win here, they will be moving on to the semifinals. We have on the left-hand side Bronze6 with Danny on the Garrosh, Kira on Sylvanas, Barrett on the Uther, Juji playing Leoric, and Hit the J on the Chromie.
And on the side of sOaK every lane, we have Philip K on ETC, Kid on Imperious, Dam13 on Cassia, FOK Spam on Brightwing, and Zubbles on Tassadar.
Chat saying neither team has amazing clear.
I mean, we have a stun, instant stun coming out onto Sylvanas. She does end up popping her medallions to avoid that Imperious Q, but we do have ETC getting thrown by the Garrosh for a counter engage and kill on the ETC.
We do see Leoric and Imperious splitting off to go do their thing in the bottom lane now. The rest of the members probably going to do that rotation between mid and top you typically see on this map.
Yeah. So, in regards to clear, Bronze6 has excellent wave clear. Chromie offers excellent wave clear with her W along with the Sylvanas. We do see a
especially once you get
engaged coming in. A throw being landed onto the ETC does end up getting stunned by Garrosh. Does end up walking away with that but taking a ton of damage with Doubles getting very, very low. And we see here what I wanted to say a little bit earlier is that because Leoric wins the lane so hard bottom, he's going to be rotating mid much more often than Imperious will be able to help with these 4v4s turns to 4v5s. You do see a throw landing onto the Brightwing, but ETC does end up countering with the stun onto him, but Brightwing's still getting very, very low, being stunned by Uther, does end up walking away with Philip K and Jam13 trying to see what they can do.
This Garrosh is kind of giving me flashbacks to how you play Garrosh. You're just living over on the side of sOaK every lane. Back to that clear thing, especially when you hit level 4 for Sylvanas, if she takes the... what's the talent? That minions explode after dying, and it really helps wave clear pretty easily too. But Tassadar's wave clear on the side of sOaK every lane is pretty decent as well. You drop a WQ on a wave and it's gone.
Yeah, I think both sides have okay clears, but Bronze6 has just the better engage, and we do see another throw being landed onto the ETC. This is my favorite kind of Garrosh play. Just stay up in this upper right quadrant. Just hang out here. Keep harassing them. We have Kid rotating up from bottom, and they're actually switching out. Kid is going to be coming up on Pierce. A slide landing onto the Uther. He is very, very tanky, so he just re-stuns the ETC. The big damage falling from the Chromie. And the trade actually ends up going to the side of Bronze6 with that throw, and ETC ends up falling to the Chromie damage. With the stun falling onto the Cassia because she eat in. Oh no! And Chromie ends up killing them, and Right Wing dies to the Chromie! And we actually see Chromie's on hit the J, not Kira. So they have two really good Chromie players.
Yeah, interesting. I like the swap up. It seems to be working so far. In just a second here, we have Ban Kai coming in for the raid here. I hope you had a fantastic stream. I'm assuming you're casting NGS, so I hope the games were just as fun as we're having over here tonight. I do appreciate it. I don't know if I have any mods to shout you out, but if any of them are there listening, you could shout them out. That would be great.
Yeah, Bronze6 is just able to be so aggressive into sOaK every lane for these early games. Like, ETC can stun Garrosh as much as he wants, but it's not going to stop Chromie from landing that damage.
All right, stun going out onto the Chromie here. Kid looking to try and get some damage onto her, maybe find a pick, but unfortunately, Juji there to help out. He's going to have to back out and get ready for the defense here because this is the first spider phase going over in favor of Bronze6. Look at that damage. Cassia getting thrown.
Cassia getting thrown backwards. Does end up walking away, eating right back in, trying to get that counter damage, but she does end up walking away, being saved by the Bright Wing.
Juji rotating up from bottom lane now to help with the siege in mid. All 5 members were now Bronze6 in mid, but now starting the rotation to other lanes. We see Sylvanas heading up towards top, getting ready to siege that down once mid falls. Unfortunately, Uther getting a little bit caught here, does have to pop his Gladiator's Medallion. Danny there to throw him to safety, and he does manage to survive. They still have that level or talent tier advantage here for this push.
You gotta love the friendly yeets. To be able to yeet your friend away from danger. You made a mistake, it's okay. And we do see the throw being landed onto the Imperius. We do see Brightwing teleporting onto the Imperius immediately. He's still taking a ton of damage with Brightwing in a scary spot. She ends up walking away. You can see counter-engaging onto the Garrosh and Sylvanas. Both sides ended up walking away, but sOaK every lane did end up taking the heavier damage. What do you think of this switch-up with Tassadar actually facing against Leoric? Unless another fight happens here.
Yeah, I don't know how that plays out. I know having some range damage as a bruiser can be a little bit annoying, but if you're able to close that distance, get your Drain Hope onto him, I imagine that it'll go okay here for him. I do think that having the Imperius there could set up the team to get their picks that they need a little bit better, but without the burst damage from Tassadar, I'm a little confused about how they're going to secure those kills if they do manage to you know, get the power slide followed up by the spear from Imperius. The other thing I wanted to mention, and the chat already mentioned as well, this Brightwing build. And hang on, a big fight coming out here. Danny getting quite chunked. Fair getting tossed out once again by the Garrosh. He's managed to survive for now. Imperius coming in for the stun on his spear. Danny's still alive. Juji kind of creating distraction below. And no picks here. Level 10's well on their way here for the side of Bronze6.
Very low mana for this ETC, so he's not able to do much besides 1 Q with that amount of mana. And there's a Q. He doesn't have anything else further than that, so hopefully he doesn't get thrown here, but a stab does end up going onto the Uther, with Uther taking a ton of damage. Tassadar trying to get that extra Q damage out onto him. It's just not enough. It's just not enough damage without Cassia there as well. And I'm looking at this Brightwing build.
Let's go back to this Brightwing build. That level 1 talent, Bribe, I don't know how much value you're going to get on a map that only really has 2 camps for you to bribe. Maybe 3 if you want to go, you know, backdoor camp. As well as a level 7 pickup. Sticky Flare. I'm not loving this. This is a lot of value taken away from your phase shift here. Cassia looking like she might be in a bit of trouble here. Here comes the Entomb from Leoric. It is going to connect, and they're going to get that pick onto Cassia. Level 10 still not quite here. Hit quite here for sOaK every lanes, but they are online for Bronze6. We did have Garrosh talent into Warlord's Challenge, Slowing Sands from the Chromie, Wailing Arrow from the Sylvanas, Entomb from the Leoric, and it is going to be that Divine Shield getting picked up by Uther. Level 10's now online for sOaK every lane. You want to give us a rundown of what's picked over there, Salvaje?
Yeah, sOaK every lane, we have Mosh Pit picked up by the ETC and Angelic Armaments. Oh, we do have a fight growing up here, though. Uther ending up having to use a Divine Shield and Emerald Wind being blasted out, and we do have Emerald Wind, so All right, we have Black Hole picked up by Tassadar, Emerald Wind by Brightwing, Valkyrie on Cassia, and then Angelic Armaments onto the Imperious.
Danny going in for that toss onto the ETC, throwing him under gates there, but it's going to work out pretty poorly for him because he ends up getting punished for it, and he is going to go down here. Juji landing that Entomb, but again, not really much follow-up there. And a lot of health being taken off the members of Bronze6 as they start the defense of these spiders. Sylvanas managed to clear out that bottom spider, mid going down as well, and top almost done. Leoric up there trying to clear it out, but all 5 members here for the push.
I love the kills that sOaK Every Lane are getting right now, and I hope they get this keep and end up pushing it down. But their siege just isn't really great with the Cassie and the Tassadar.
Yeah.
Kind of slow here. We do see Garrosh coming in, trying to see if he can get a pick. We do see an aggressive push up onto the Cassia, but he just ended up backing up. But Leoric's got his Entomb almost up. It's in 1 second. He's looking to find that Entomb and see if they can go ahead and force something here. But ETC still has his mosh up, so they have to be careful. If they Entomb him, he can easily slide backwards to get that mosh.
Turn-in is up and available now for Bronze6, though, if they want it. It does look like there's going to be a rotation onto the Bruiser camp by both teams here. We have Uther and Chromie picking up the Bruiser camp on the side of Bronze6. Oh, they walked into it and decided, you know what? Nah.
They said nothing, so we're going to go ahead and try to get some kills.
I think they did.
That's kind of their mistake here. They really need to try to get this wave pressure because their siege is so slow. They need to get more waves and more clear.
Yeah, I think that they were looking to stall out a turn in here, but ETC getting tossed in by the Garrosh and then blown up before he can even slide on out of there. He does get picked off. Entomb coming out, connecting onto the Tassadar and Cassia. We have that Wailing Arrow going out from Sylvanas. It's going to connect onto a couple members here. Spear connecting onto Juji as he's stunned. And now Cassia on the run, trying to get away from this Chromie and Sylv as she gets chased down. But that's 2 for nothing in favor of Bronze6. Level 13 still not hit for sOaK Every Lane. So a little bit of a disadvantage going into that fight. And I'm surprised that they wanted to be there.
They also fought into the Bruiser camp. That Bruiser camp providing spell damage. Oh, we do see a throw being thrown out onto the Brightwing, and then Divine Shield immediately followed up so no one can stop him. With ETC ended up sliding in and Uther killing that Brightwing. All of them slowed so much by the Chromie, and she ends up getting so much damage. And now we have the spiders pushing in for the side of Bronze6.
And again, those level 13s still not quite online for sOaK Every Lane here. They are going to make short work of this top spider as they have quite a few members chunking this down. And the rest of the spiders here spawning a little bit further back, so the mid one's now just reaching the mid keep. Bottom one well on its way with the help of Sylvanas, Uther, and Garrosh.
And we do see, it looks like Leoric is going to be going into the E build on the last couple of talents of 13 and 16. This is going to be increasing his E duration, which is his Ghost Walk, and reducing all the damage on the side of sOaK Every Lane. We do see a throw being landed onto the ETC time trap, stopping Juji, her own teammate. And Juji just coming in, just mopping up the lane, seeing what he can do, and just ended up backing out.
Yeah, here's this small little window here where they can fight on equal talent tiers, and I think that's what sOaK Every Lane is going to try to make happen here. They have vision of Garrosh in the mid. They're looking to try and find something here because otherwise Bronze6 hits that level 16 and this game really starts to snowball. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like they're going to be able to find that fight.
Yeah, they're just trying to see where they can get. It looks like they're just going to try to get the wave. The thing is, you're not going to get 16. That's him to get 16, but we do see ETC queuing in onto Garrosh. This ends up just Wing and walking out, but Juji says, I'm watching you, cow. I'm coming on in. And just whacks him and walks away. Hey.
Yeah, at this point, there's a huge level lead that sOaK Every Lane needs to make up here. And it's going to be quite a difficult job for them to do here. I mean, you can see Bronze6 more than 2 levels ahead of sOaK Every Lane, has that level 16 talent tier advantage. Now making a play for boss. It's just going to be a lot of pressure, a lot of everything for them to deal with here.
Yeah, especially with the Sylvanas, they do end up trying to engage onto them. Ends up being a little bit too late. Juji coming in, looking for that Entomb. He does end up queuing on the Cassia, lands an Entomb on the Cassia, and Cassia ends up falling to the Chromie damage so fast. Divine Shield landed onto the Gyarados with Emerald Wind coming out from Brightwing. All of them are stuck into the slowing sands. Kid going in, queuing onto Kira, but he does go in alone. Everyone else is running away, so he does get shredded down by Bronze6 with ETC slowly following afterwards. Doubles and sOaK Spam are the last ones alive on Brightwing and Tastar.
I can't help but feeling if this Brightwing built differently, this game would be going a different way right now. She's Emerald Wind, like she's Emerald Wind Brightwing. If she had taken Blink Heal at least until level 20, she'd easily avoid these Entombs, because it seems like even with an Emerald Wind, it's not enough to actually save her teammates or do anything. But at least she could Blink Heal and save herself in bad positioning, especially when you're, you're playing into a Gyarados. If there's a chance you're going to be thrown in, Blink Heal gets you out every time. Emerald Wind just kind of separates the team, and maybe you still die, you know?
Yeah, and again, the loss of value on healing, you can see it right here. She's actually under about 3k under the Uther healing, and you can definitely see that result from the lack of Z's. You can't really save anyone with your Z without having the two talents of the shields and the percent healing.
He's trying to find the tab, and I mean that speaks a lot, because I don't think
We do see
Uther.
every so often. Imperius gets a nice Q every so often. He gets really, really nice Q, but it's usually when his team's already backed away or is taking too much damage and has to back off. So there's just a little bit of a miscommunication there, where Imperius is running off of instinct and everyone else is just like, we're dead, we can't do anything. We do have spiders falling. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, Spider's coming in now for Bronze6 here. Those level 16s getting close for sOaK every lane, but not quite online yet. Meaning they need to do this defense down a talent tier. There's the stun landing from Gyarados, but ETC able to knock him back here and stay away from the toss. The keep is shut down by Sylvanas with the black arrows, and they are looking to siege this down hard. ETC going in for the power slide, stunned by Ferret and just blown up by the Chromie. Black hole comes out as well as that Valkyrie, but not enough to do anything here for sOaK every lane. Does look like they are going to fall here. Down goes the Brightwing as well. Imperius getting chased down, as well as that Cassia. Imperius popping that Angelic Armaments to survive for now, but this is 2 members left up. Core call online for Bronze6. Sylvanas gets picked off for the defense, but I don't think that's going to be enough for sOaK every lane to turn this game around. Core's falling quickly, and this will be game number 2 over to the side of Bronze6. GG's and well played.
Wow, wow, wow. Bronze6, that was a dominating game, and they played that so well to result in that domination.
Yeah, Bronze6 looking like a very strong team going into the semifinals here. They definitely have their communication and coordination down as a team. They're capable of running these comps where you really need these single target blow up damage to happen, with whether it be the variant taunt or a Gyarados throw into the back line. They have it down.
100%. And if there's one thing I noticed every single time, whenever the ETC came in to try to do, he almost had an amazing mosh there. Uther,
I feel like I never saw mosh used. Like,
no,
did he actually ever get it off?
Time. No, it got interrupted every time. And you want to know why? Because Uther would actually Divine Shield Gyarados immediately. And as soon as this started happening, like when he starts, Gyarados threw him. He just yeeted him or stunned him.
Yeah, or or he would slide in and it looked like he was trying to get a mosh, but he would just be stunned, blown up, and wouldn't even have a chance to hit the R button because he just couldn't control his character at that point.
Honestly, whenever I'm playing ETC in those situations where you're trying to come back from a really hard game, you know what? You gotta go for those solo moshes. You gotta go and try to find the one person, even if it's New York, find the one person who's out by themselves, solo mosh, get that pick, and try to see where you can get even more of an advantage onto the Spider Queen, especially if they have a lot of spider butts. A lot of bruisers hold on a huge amount of spider butts.
Yeah, if you
So if you're
can
thinking
if you
about
can
it-
manage to do that, get that pick, stagger some deaths, it gives your team a little bit of a window to try and find more fights 4v5, some kind of advantage, especially when you're fighting down talent tiers and trying to do these defenses down talent tiers. Let's hit up the captain here, see if they'd like to do an interview, and I will meet you over in the NGS channel.
Sounds good.
All right, we have Danny joining us. He's the captain of Bronze6. How are you feeling after that match, Danny?
I thought it went pretty well considering we had to take a sub at the last minute.
Yeah.
We're a little worried about CRT. There's some civil unrest in Peru at the moment. We're trying to figure out why his phone is not ringing at all. So we're sending some hopes towards his way.
Yeah, we were kind of mentioning that before. I wasn't aware of what's going on there. So we do hope that he's safe and that everything turns out to be okay. Yeah, I mean, let me
Tough.
know. I'm curious. I hope he's good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very scary.
We hope he just overslept. That's our dream. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be ideal. Let's talk about these games here. Bronze6 is looking pretty good going into the semifinals. I have to say, your team coordination, communication, everything is just on point for you guys tonight. Let's first talk a bit about your draft going into game number 1.
Trying to think that far back. They drafted a Mal'Ganis and Imperius, which we were looking for them to sleep us and then spear us.
Mm-hmm.
So we took their Rainer, and basically all the Rainer's job was to hit his Q on the sleep on the Mal'Ganis, and he did a great job stopping that sleep. So we kind of saw what combo they were going for off the bat, and we were avoiding fights because they definitely had a better fight, like scrim fight. So we were only fighting on the objective. So they would chase us around and we'd run away.
Perfect. And I mean, even chat was pointing out some of the nice cues coming out from Raynor to interrupt those sleeps from Mal'Ganis. So it didn't go unnoticed. That is for sure. The Gazlo. Oh my goodness. There was some huge gravel bombs coming out from Smoogie tonight on the Gazlo. Definitely play of the game type gravel bombs coming out to turn some of these fights. Have you guys been running that a lot lately?
I think we've played Gazlo 3 or 4 times in NGS. But yeah, Smoogie had, I think, 2 gravel bombs where we got, a pentakill. With team wipe, and just, anytime you do that, you just control the map. But Smoogie just had really good wipes on the team. It really helped us out.
Yeah, I know. Very, very well played indeed. And same goes to the Chromie and Tyrande in game number 1. They were doing a very good job of interrupting that channel on the objectives and really stalling out for you guys to get in a position to fight.
Yeah, Ferret's Tyrande is like stupid good, right? I've seen him hit stuns and blind corners, and just the Tyrande is really good, and we're so happy to have Ferret as a healer.
Let's talk about the bans coming out from the side of sOaK every lane. That Genji, that seems to be a trend with the teams you face. They like to get rid of that Genji. Again, is that Kira? We were trying to figure out who it was.
Kira plays a nasty Genji, and if you like a lot of our highlight reel, basically if Bronze6 had a highlight reel, it would just be Kira on Genji, like just destroying the team. And it's like, it's really good. And it's so much fun when he can like go in the back line and just go Dragon Blade with the Uther, Divine Shield. It's pretty cool.
We did just have a raid come in from Nexus Gaming Series. Welcome, everyone. We are actually just wrapping up this series tonight. Bronze6 took the win over sOaK Every Lane 2-0 for those of you just joining in. And we are now interviewing the captain, Danny, of Bronze6. So we'll continue on here, but not too much left, and I appreciate the raid. Do you have any questions, Salvaje, you want to throw out there?
Really have any questions? I do have a shout out for that Uther, or a question and a shout out. So the Uther and Garrosh, it seemed like every time on Tomb of the Spider Queen, it seemed like every time ETC would go in, there was an instant Divine Shields on Garrosh. Was that to just stop the ETC, or what was the planning behind that whenever we were divine shielding on Garrosh?
That's fair. It's 200 IQ. Like he always has like a cleanse or a divine shield. I mean, I am a horrible tank. It's the fact that we have a really good healer to keep me alive. That's made us get this far in the season 10. So
I mean,
I
give yourself
don't-
some more
no,
credit. You had some amazing throws.
Yeah, I don't agree with your take there, because your Garrosh was extremely dominating. We were watching you basically live over on the side of sOaK every lane's the side of their map there, getting these picks and tosses in the early game that gave you the XP lead you guys needed to kind of, win that match.
yeah, well, if I don't do that, then Kira makes fun of me for being afraid of the other team. So yeah.
We did see a little bit of role swap. On game number 1, we saw Chromie being played by Kira. Game number 2, Chromie locked in again, this time by Hit the J. Was that just
Yeah, so
comfort, or-
Jay, I mean, we've played. We basically scrim all of our games with the same 5 players, and we had to find Hit the J, literally putting his baby to bed. We called him, and he hasn't scrimmed with us in a long time. He play ARAM, but that's it. And we asked him, like, are you more comfortable with Chromie or more comfortable with Sylvanas? And he goes, Chromie, please.
Okay.
So
no, both
yeah,
both played a really mean Chromie, so it worked either way.
yeah, they did really well.
Yeah, shout out to Hit the J for
Ferret
coming in
saying,
clutch.
Ferret saying in chat, if I saw Garrosh get hit by CC like Task Black Hole, I ulted him. That's what happened.
Yeah, so he did.
Okay. Got it.
Gee, if you don't have any other questions, Salvaje, we'll move on to some shoutouts here.
No, I'm all good. Go right ahead.
All right, then let's get some shoutouts from Danny and
Yeah.
wrap it up.
First and foremost, we are so impressed with your casting ability. Like
Oh,
your holistic overview of the game, the fact that you can call out what teams are trying to do. Like, you definitely have. But and I'm not just like saying this because you cast our games a lot. You definitely have a good grasp on the game, and
aw, thank you.
super impressed. Super impressed. The second I can actually sub to your channel, I will sub to your channel. But we'll wait
Thanks.
until you can do that.
I'm blushing.
Yeah, no, I'm sure the chat is saying yes. Jazz is the best. Shout outs to my team. We hope CRT is safe and just overslept the match.
Yeah.
And shout outs to sOaK Every Lane. They had a really good match against us, and they had a great season.
Well, again, I just want to congrats you guys on the win tonight. I look forward to seeing you guys play in the semifinals. I believe I had a bracket up. I can't remember who you might be taking on, or if the other games happened yet. I can pop over.
I think they happened. It's either Better Than Bots or
Spooky Ghosts. It was Better Than Bots and Spooky Ghosts that were playing each other. I don't know if the match has happened yet or not. Maybe people in chat know. But you take on the
believe
winners of that game, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. Well, either way, I wish you the best of luck. It does look like your team has really come together this season. I'm excited to see. Div B West is shaping up to be a really exciting division to watch.
One more shout out for any team looking to like up their game. Not Paradox runs a really strong team coaching program. So if you're looking to just work on your communication, your comps, and like that, Paradox does a fantastic job.
All right. Well, again, good luck in the semifinals. I can't wait to see how it plays out. GG's once again, and have yourselves a fantastic night.
You girls have a good night.
All right.
GG's.
Bye-bye. Let's get Salvaje back up to wrap this up. Suji says, I think they play tonight. All right, so we'll kind of have to keep an eye out and see who ends up winning those other two matchups for for B West division here. Let me get Salvaje back up for you guys to see your beautiful face before we end this off.
That was really good games tonight. You're muted for me.
Am I?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm
Oh,
good
here
now?
Yeah, you're good now.
Oh wait, but you're not good now. You just disappeared from my overlay. There we go. Fixed,
And
I think.
who's that?
Woo! this just wouldn't be my stream if there wasn't some kind of mess up the entire night, right? All right, we're going to wrap it up here, but Salvaje, maybe you can let chat know where they can find you and your blooming casting skills.
Hey yo, well, you won't find me casting too much on my channel. However, I do stream every day from Monday through Saturday, 9:30 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. East Standard Time with Heroes of the Storm. Saturdays I do community games, and I just kind of play whatever. It'll be Phasmophobia, Among Us, more Heroes, whatever it may be. And yeah, I usually cast with Jazzy, and I've been co-casting. This is my first season ever doing it. Plan on doing it more often, but I'll probably be a permanent co-caster. I'll just hop on whoever stream wants me.
Co-casting is like zero stress, so much fun. You just show up, you don't have to worry about anything. So I don't blame you.
My kind of shindig.
In terms of what's going on my channel, this is pretty much exclusively Heroes of the Storm content, specifically casting these days. I will be streaming tomorrow at 6 p.m. if you want to catch that. But still waiting to figure out what I'll be casting next week in terms of NGS, but I'm definitely looking to pick up some of these semifinal games next week. What smirk, Dax? we are looking to raid over somebody that maybe is doing some more NGS stuff to end the night off. Just taking a look here, seeing who we can find.
Yes, raid.
I think Fujin is casting tonight, and I think that this might be one of her first casts. So maybe we'll send you guys over to her. She's going to be casting Team Rainbow Strike Go against BBB. I don't know what these teams. She abbreviated them. I'm like, which one's BBB?
Oh, it's Bloodbath and Beyond.
Bloodbath and Beyond. Yes, thank you. So she's casting them right now. We'll send you guys on over there, but I appreciate you all stopping by. If you want to see some more of these Heroes of the Storm casted game content, make sure you hit that follow button. I'll be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. And I hope to see you all there. Have a fantastic night. Thanks for hanging out, and thank you for watching.